This isn't my car. What's up, guys? It's your boy Keon Mr. Rockoff Johnson here with another car review, and I have been dying to do this review. Today we are in the brand new 2017 Toyota 86, and this is interesting. It's very interesting. There are a lot of things that are different to this car and that are the same. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get right to the review. All right, so right off the back, I'll go ahead and start talking about, well, the interior. The interior is very different for this model year. It's a completely different steering wheel that has all kinds of buttons and knobs on it. Basically basic stuff that, you know, comes in a lot of cars that they didn't have in my model year FRS. By the way, just fair warning, I am going to compare this car to my FRS a lot, because why not? Let's be honest, that's probably the main reason why you're watching this anyway. What are the differences and all that kind of stuff? So we gonna hit on that. Can I throw it in manual mode? I had to get permission first. We'll drop it, couple gears. It's so quiet. It's so quiet. This car is stock. In my car, there would have been a huge pop. Now, this car is stock versus, you know, my FRS that you guys already know. If you don't know, it has an intake, full exhaust, different wheel and tire setup, all that kind of jazz. But you cannot see me right now. That is dark. That is really dark. All right, we have some light now. We have some light, just some light, whatever. You can only see my teeth. I feel like DeCarlo right now. But anyway, so even though this car is stock, I still hear a little bit of engine noise. And I think that's from that sound tube, by which, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I completely hate that thing. When I had it on my FRS, when it was stock, it was cool. The moment I got an exhaust, I was hearing intake noise, and I was hearing exhaust noise, and then I was hearing this other sound, and it almost sounded fake. Now, I could hear the difference. I don't know if anyone else could, but that's why I took it out. But anyway, yeah, going on to some other things. I just had to throw that out there because I hear stuff right now, and it's like being pumped directly from the passenger footwell. Like, I can hear it. But yeah, so other interior differences. It has a new head unit. That's nice. I mean, I don't really know what to say about a head unit. It's just a fucking head unit. I will say this, this is very nice what they did. They took out the full carbon fiber and they put on this suede kind of material, but it's not completely suede. It's hard to explain, but it does feel good and I like it. The steering wheel. It has all kinds of buttons on it. On the left side, there's the volume button. There's I guess this is a track find or a station find kind of button. It also has a mode button where you can scroll through the screen, go to AM, FM, Bluetooth, all that kind of stuff. And the paddle shifters are different. Now, with me putting it back in manual real fast, dropping it down a couple gears. That made me smile. This is not a fast straight line kind of car, but still, just dropping it down a couple gears and just, you know, flooring it a little, and then just going into the next gear, hearing in my car you would hear exhaust pops and everything, but in this one you don't really hear anything because it's stock. But I mean, you know, what are you gonna do? It's stock. But the paddle shifters feel so much better than the ones that are in my car. And I know for a fact that has a lot to do with them being bigger. They're a little bit bigger. Now, I am very awkwardly proportionate, okay? I'm 5'9", I have huge hands, and I wear a size 14 shoe. These hands right here, on my FRS, they were too big for the paddle shifters, and that's why I got paddle shifter extenders. These actually feel good. They're in a weird kind of shape where it's kind of like big at the bottom and then it gets really skinny. But for where your fingers are to do the shifting, at least when your hands are on, what is this, 6 and 3, well, 3 and 6 on the steering wheel. Not 3 and 6. What am I talking about? 3 and 9. That's what I mean to talk. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a 6 flipped upside down because, you know, that's what a 9 is, right? It feels good. It feels good. Do I necessarily like the buttons on the steering wheel? In all honesty, no, I don't. Because I feel like this car should be more basic. Like, I don't know if you guys watched my EcoBoost Mustang review. By the way, that's popping up somewhere along here for you to check it out. Go check that out after this. But it reminds me, well, it doesn't fully remind me of the Mustang, but it's sort of kind of how I felt about the Mustang. When you're dealing with a cheap, you know, fun to drive, affordable sports car, in my opinion, I would want it to be very basic. I don't mind controls being all here in the center console and everything, but on the steering wheel, I feel like there should be none. Like the Mustang had a lot at the bottom with all these different kinds of buttons and everything, and now Toyota's doing it. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it a little bit nicer and everything, but it's unnecessary to me. Me personally, if I ever had this. Oh, hello. There's a Mach 1 Mustang over there. Wow, look at that. But yeah, me personally, if I ever had this car, I would honestly never use these buttons. Oh, thank you. You're just gonna pull out game strong. All right, so next, the steering. The steering is very responsive. And that's one thing I loved about these cars. These cars, they have an electric steering rack, so they don't use like any kind of like cables or fluid or anything to get the steering going, but it's so responsive. I mean, I'm just moving the car a little bit. I'm moving it with my 2 fingers, and guess what's going on? I can feel the car moving side to side with that little bit of movement. Like it was just, I was probably going like this just now, like a tiny violin, tiny violin. But that's all I was doing, and it was moving. I mean, let's be honest. This is the new Toyota and everything. Nothing has really changed with it though. It has a different kind of wheel, yes. The exterior looks different. You know, the interior looks a little different. These seats, by the way, let's give me a quick side note. These seats, they look amazing. I want to switch out my FRS seats for these. They look fantastic. I love them, and they feel just as good as the FRS ones. I mean, they hold you in place and everything. But back to what I was saying, nothing has really changed. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about, it's kind of hard to really capitalize on because I'm basically driving the same car with a lot of visual modifications. I mean, if you want to, you know, nitpick, it does make 5 extra horsepower stock, but it's still the same torque numbers. And are you really gonna feel that 5 extra horsepower? No, you're not. So it is what it is. I'm pretty sure you guys are probably wondering what I think about the front end of this car. I don't really like it. I don't really like it. I'm being honest, I don't. Don't get me wrong, it looks good. It looks good. For it to just be a front end of a car, it looks good. I like the way it looks. But versus the FRS, it looks 10 times better. Hold up. Not yet.
Oh, they said it's lit as shit right now.
Ain't nobody over there yet.
All
right, Joe. I don't know that guy. But yeah, right, front end. Versus the BRZ front end, now I'm talking about the 2015 and lower BRZ front end. Do I like this more than that? Yes, I do. I despise that mouth guard that the BRZ front end has. I've yet to see the new one, so I can't really say anything about the new 2017 BRZ front end until I see it in person. I mean, it looks pretty good from pictures, but I despise that mouth guard. This does look better than that. It's just versus the FRS. I like the fangs of the FRS. The front end of this, it looks like a dolphin. Like it reminds me of a dolphin or just a porpoise, period. Like one of those kinds of animals. Like it looks like this thing is gonna jump out of the water and like flip in the air for you for all kinds of fishy good treats. Overall, do I like the Toyota 86? I'm kinda in the middle. I'm in the middle. There are really good things about it, and then there are other things that would just annoy me and would make me go for like an FRS. Would I still choose this car over most? Yes, just because of what I like to do with my vehicles. I like vehicles that can handle, but if you need them to, they can also drift and everything like that. And this can drift. Now, let me talk about the elephant in the room. You heard me talk about the paddle shifters and everything. This is an automatic, but you know, honestly, automatics are so good now. It really comes down to the owner and to what the dealership has. So for all you guys that are probably like, the moment you said paddle shifters, I wanted to turn it off, or automatic, why didn't you get a manual? You're not a real man. Let me be the first to say this. Who the fuck cares? Who really cares? Okay, I have an automatic. You have a manual. It's all personal preference. I can't speak. Preference. So if you have an automatic or you want an automatic, go get you an automatic. If you want a stick shift, go get you a stick shift. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, that's gonna conclude it for this review. Special thanks to the owner right here. Go ahead and shout out your Instagram and everything.
Trapping out the Brando.
There we go. And as always, guys, you stay classy, stay positive, and have a good day.